Hello, welcome back. Seafood Perhacs here, and in this video I'm going to discuss mental training. Now, a portion of this video is going to be the instructions on what we're going to do, but more importantly, there's a download link on this page that you'll find a kind of a guided visualization that's going to enable you to really grasp onto these mental concepts. So the last video we went into physical training, and I showed you three very unique exercises: standing meditation, blood washing, seated meditation. Now, the mental training that you're going to be going through in the total system is designed to treat your mind like an ever-expanding bookshelf, almost like a library. And your mind is really a library. Every concept, every thought, every memory is stored in your mind. It never goes away. It's like being in a library. You know, some libraries, they may have some of the books that are down in the basement, but they're still in the basement. They can go down and get those books, retrieve them, and bring them up to you. Well, your mind's the same way. And so the goal of the mind training is to be able to accentuate the positive aspects of your mind. The biggest challenge that probably, I don't know what the percentage is, but the biggest challenge that everyone has, or not everyone, but most people have, is low self-image. And the fact that we oftentimes don't think we're good enough to do whatever it is that we want to do, or whatever. It's a confidence issue. It's a self-image issue. It's an energy issue. And so what the mental training allows you to be able to do is to become what I call a controller and control the information that's going into your mind. As human beings, we're mentally fragile, let's face it. I mean, you can go from a high to a low and back up and down. It's a very strange roller coaster ride of life. Here's the key though, is if you can have specific techniques and concepts that will allow you to stay more on an even keel, it will allow you to get more out of life. And the mental training combined with the physical training is going to give you a euphoric feeling by creating this great energy. The mental training is going to allow you to be able to get into a control situation where you can control the factors that are going on in your life. If you have a low self-image, I can teach you exercises that will allow you to start to increase how you view yourself. They say that there's usually several different ways that we view ourselves. The first way that we view ourselves is how other people view us. And in most cases, it's totally different from what that is. Now, maybe people view you totally different in a positive or negative way, depending upon your attitude and the way you act. And then there's the other concept, which is how we view people view us, which means we may think people have a negative reaction to us, or a negative response, or even a positive response, when it is in fact negative. And the fact is, we need to know how to balance that out. And then the third thing is how we view ourselves. One of the most important things is really how we view ourselves, because it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It really matters what you think. And since I was very young, I started really training my mind in order to become as strong as I could. And I started that out with my dad gave me an audio tape at the time called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And then I just kind of transitioned from that type of training, reading books, and understanding things. And then when I started to get involved with this Mind Force and the Quantum Qigong, it started to really come together. Because now I had a physical entity to work with. I had a mental entity to work with as far as books, knowledge, information. And then I could take the concept of influence, persuasion, hypnosis, and combine those together. And that's what we're going to talk about in this important video, is taking those concepts. A lot of people have emailed me and said, I really want to learn quantum qigong, but I don't understand how the hypnosis fits in, or subliminal suggestions. Well, think of it this way. There's going to come a point in your training where you need a mental edge, where the energy is going to be so strong that it quite possibly could cause you to feel a little weird mentally. And by having mental controls in place, by having factors in place where you can control what's going on mentally, it causes you to become more powerful in what you're doing. And the way we do that is through self-hypnosis, auto-suggestions, affirmations, and also meditations, guided meditations that allow you to be able to influence your own mind. A lot of times people will tell me they don't know if they believe it. But the fact of the matter is, all you need to do is turn on a television set and watch your favorite program, whether it's sports, soap operas, dramas, or comedies. Every so many minutes, commercials come on. Every commercial is a subliminal reference to something. You usually don't recognize a commercial until about the 7th time you've seen it. But after the 7th time, it starts to influence you. Because even if you didn't like that product, if you see it enough, you automatically respond to it in one way or the other. That is an influence that works all the time. And if it didn't work, those companies would not be paying the networks millions of dollars in order to put that propaganda out there. I do the same thing with my advertisements, so I know they work. And you can do the same thing with your mind. There's very specific ways to do it so that you become the controller of the information that you put into your mind. I'm going to show you a guided visualization. Again, this is just one of many that are going to be in the total system. But it's going to give you kind of the tip of the iceberg of what you need to do. And I can promise you this. You take this visualization that I'm going to do for you and put it into your life, and you're going to get amazing results, providing you use it all the time. Again, all the training that I'm teaching you is good training. But if you don't use it, it doesn't do you any good. But I want to leave you with this concept, and that is this, is that as you start to train your mind, you need to start thinking of your mind concept being this big, not just this big. And what I mean by that is when you first get started in this Mind Force Quantum Qigong training, you have a kind of a concept of what you want to do, but it's not really that big. For instance, you might think that you could heal somebody of a headache, but you never thought you could heal them of something bigger. You might have thought of a concept where you could get into a meditative state, but you never really imagined that you might be able to actually do one of these spiritual exercises. What I want you to start to do is start to think bigger inside of your own mind and realize the possibilities that are there. Now, let me give you a quick exercise before I let you get to this guided visualization, which is an MP3 that you're going to want to listen to while either sitting down or lying down. But this exercise is a really cool exercise that works really well. Now, in the first video, you learned about the seated meditation, and I showed you how you could use that anytime during the day if you're in your office, your home. You can even pull over to the side of the road and use it in your car. This exercise is called a balloon head exercise. It's one of my favorites, and I've used it for years. The balloon head exercise is designed to remove negativity and garbage from your mind. Oftentimes we get into bad moods, somebody says something to us, it doesn't really matter what it is. All of a sudden we get into this state where we're really not happy. We feel like we're just not functioning the way we should be. Well, the balloon head exercise can change that for you. Alright, so let's get started. Balloon head exercise is an exercise where you get in a meditative state. And like I said, do your seated meditation, get relaxed, and just start to breathe and start to feel more relaxed. You notice how I changed the tone of my voice, because when you change the tone of your voice either through speaking or thinking, it causes you to relax. So when I think of myself in this tone, it automatically is more relaxing than if I was speaking normal. Now what I want you to do is imagine, as you close your eyes, that there's a totally deflated balloon on the top of your head. And it could be like a hot air balloon that you've seen go up in the sky, or it could be like a balloon that you saw at a party or whatever, and it's totally limp. And what I want you to do is I want you to take any negative that's bothering you right now. It could be finances, it could be a situation in your relationship, it could be whatever, health issues, whatever, and just think about that. We never want to think about negativity except in this case when we're going to actually remove it. And that is, you're going to take all that negativity and you're going to start pumping it up into that balloon. You can actually start seeing that balloon start to fill up with air. More and more and more. As you see that balloon start to fill up with air, you picture all of that negativity, garbage, all those things that are holding you back, and you imagine them being filled up into this balloon. And again, the representation is either those things are going inside of the balloon, or if you visualize it like a hot air balloon, you visualize all that negativity being in that little box that the hot air balloon is there. And then you just imagine this balloon just lifting off from the top of your head with all that negativity and just going up. If you've ever seen a balloon go up in the air, a helium balloon, let's say, you just watch it go up because it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. I want you to visualize that and take that negative energy, whatever that might be, and just shoot it up. Shoot it up as far as it'll go until you can no longer see it, until it's like a speck of a speck. That's the balloon head exercise. And when you do this type of exercise, what you're going to notice is that you do it regularly. Anytime you feel this negativity, apprehension, anxiety, whatever, depression, and just sit down, relax, get your body into a relaxed state, and again, just pump that balloon up and just shoot that negativity right out of the top of your head. It's a very unique exercise that works extremely well. As you start to get these mental visualizations, it's allowing you to become more in control of your physical body as well as your mental state. Very important that you do that, and that's why I combine the mental exercises with the physical exercises to give you a combination of the best of both worlds as far as training is concerned. I can promise you this, if you'll use this balloon head exercise, you'll get phenomenal results. I'm not saying it's going to work perfectly the first time, but this is the type of exercise that whenever you have a situation, you just relax down for a couple minutes, fill that balloon up, shoot it out, and you're going to feel a lot better. Now, all you need to do is go on this page and download the visualization, and you're going to see exactly what I mean. You're going to love the visualization that I've put together. It's a visualization that's designed for manifestation. Now, one thing I've done on the manifestation is I've left the manifestation up to you. So the manifestation could be a good relationship, it could be health, it could be money, a new job, whatever the case might be. But I'm going to let you decide what you want to choose for that visualization. I think you're going to get a lot of great information out of it. And I ask you that as you go through these exercises, give me some feedback. Let me know how you like them and how they're working for you. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.